Welcome to our series, Moving America Forward. Each week we'll be focusing on America's entrepreneurs as they take us to new roads, new opportunities, new ways to fill the gaps left by today's failing companies. Our series will be looking at that and a lot more. So come with me and watch as the entrepreneurs of our nation move into the future.
And I'm Doug Llewellyn here in our studios in Los Angeles today with our guest who is a true entrepreneur in every sense of the word. Starting as a kid right out of high school, he has in the interim established 17 different companies, some of them extremely successful. And his latest is one that he has actually written a book about. It's called Prime, Your Guide to Building an Amazing Business on Amazon. I'd like you to meet him now. You're going to love this guy. His name is Adam Hudson. Adam, welcome. Nice to have you with us.
Great to be on the show. Thanks, Doug.
I should point out he's from Australia, if you didn't recognize the accent. Listen, your story is so phenomenal. But before we get into it in detail, I want to point out a little while ago you had a chance to answer some questions from William Shatner. Let's take a look at a portion of that, see how it went, and then we'll continue. Okay? Watch this.
I know you've been successful in your business, but what I would like to hear is just a brief capsule of exactly what it is you do and who do you do it for, and how do you see this helping America to move forward?
Well, Mr. Shatner, we all know the impact that Amazon's had on some of the biggest names in retail, and while for some these are really scary times, for the entrepreneur, taking a product to market has actually never been more feasible. The only question is really how to do it, and we specialize in training people from all over the world how to take their products to market through Amazon, how to effectively get the idea across and position the product so that consumers are going to buy it. Today, learning how to do business on the internet has really never been more critical, and helping people get there is how we're moving America forward.
That's really a fascinating story, and we are going to get into it right now. I didn't want to point out the fact that you are the president of a company called Reliable Education, which is headquartered in your native country of Australia. So let us get into this book and your actual story of how to build a successful business on Amazon. That's your latest success, and you've done very well. What's it all about?
So look, a lot of people don't realize, Doug, that they can actually launch products on Amazon, and I teach people to do what's called private labeling, which is to create their own brand of products, launch them on Amazon using their fulfillment services as well. So basically you can live anywhere in the world, put your own line of products onto Amazon, and Amazon will bring you the customers through their website and do all the shipping and fulfillment for you. So it's really brought a lot of energy from entrepreneurs all over the world wanting to participate in this massive disruption of retail that we're seeing going on everywhere.
I mean, no question. You just mentioned it, a massive disruption of retail. I think a lot of people aren't aware. It really is all over the world, isn't it?
It's Armageddon right now for retail. You know, they're really struggling with this massive movement of money to online, spearheaded by Amazon.
Well, you have the book, but you do a lot more than just the book, and that's what Reliable Education is all about. Tell me about how you're teaching people to become successful entrepreneurs and have an actual business that they can run using Amazon.
Well, look, you know, as I said just before, Amazon is such an interesting way to build a business because it solves a lot of the problem that online entrepreneurs particularly face. A lot of people watching this will have a great idea for a product they could sell online or even at the local markets or fairs or whatnot. But Amazon have this massive marketplace of people, and what we actually do is teach them how to be successful in that particular marketplace. And a lot of it comes down to solving a real problem for a customer. You know, like it's not just about finding something and selling it cheaper. That's kind of a race to the bottom. We teach our students fundamental business principles so they have what, you know, that's why we call the company Reliable Income, the course Reliable Income, and the company Reliable Education. So it's about having a differentiated, unique product that appeals to consumers within the context of what's already there on Amazon.
Before we get into depth, explain a little bit about your own story and your success on Amazon, because it's really fascinating.
Yeah, we were chatting in the pre-work here, and basically I moved to Los Angeles in late 2011 and started a animation company, and we were in the right place at the right time, and we ended up building a successful business working for some very big companies here in the US like McDonald's, MasterCard and so on. But like all business owners, I had employees and office infrastructure and all that stuff, and I craved having more time and more leverage. So I was looking for something that I could do once I sold that company, which I sold in 2015. And Amazon seemed like a perfect solution because so many of the problems were solved by the virtue of the fact that Amazon let me sell on their website. So I started with one simple home and kitchen item, and I basically imported it from China straight into the United States, put them straight into Amazon's warehouses, and within about 6 months that one product was generating about $15,000 a month in revenue. And I wasn't really doing anything. It was just a page on Amazon's website and they were shipping the product out. And now I've since expanded into a whole range of products that are sold in 33 countries around the world with Amazon.
It's become hugely successful.
It has, yeah.
And I mean, out of nowhere, they started.
It is. It's just I hitched my star to Amazon, you know, my wagon to Amazon star,
Exactly.
so to speak, yeah.
But what's the key, though? It's finding a product that somebody else might want.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. I mean, every day, millions of people go to Amazon and search. It's like a dating site for products.
It is.
And so when it's a bit like, you know, you see these apps like Tinder for dating, people look at the photographs. So the first thing you want to do is have a product that for some reason catches people's eye visually. That's the first battle that you have to win.
Right.
And so if you can come up with something that's unique, a little bit different, that's really going to set you ahead. And then something that, you know, when consumers see it, there's a reason that they're buying your product and not somebody else. And that really takes getting into the shoes of the consumer, the customer for that particular product, and really thinking about what it is that they're looking for and catering to those needs.
Now, in your case, one of the key products you actually had it photographed very, very sexily, so to speak.
Yes.
And packaging, very
Yes.
important. You created
Yes.
the packaging for it. And that's really what made it stand out on Amazon.
Well, that's about as close as the consumer's going to get to the product before they buy.
That's
you know,
right.
That's the challenge with online versus physical retail stores where people can physically pick up the product and feel it.
Right.
So you have to invest in great photography and making it look as good as possible so that consumers online can get a good sense of what you're selling.
Let me just ask you, can you sell almost anything on Amazon? Do they have to approve the sale, you know?
You can sell almost anything on Amazon. Some categories are what we call gated, which means that you have to apply to be approved. In most cases, you can get approval. There's certain things you have to do, but a lot of categories are still wide open, and that's what's really turned the retail model on its head. Back in the day, entrepreneurs, if they wanted retail distribution, they'd go to Walmart or they'd go to someone like that, and they would go through months of meetings, and then even if they got accepted, they'd be negotiated down on price, and then you'd have to have enough capital to, you know, put product into all their stores nationwide. Whereas Amazon said you can come along with 10 products, put it up on our website, we'll warehouse them for you, and we'll start with you there. We just want great products and the biggest choice for our customers. And so it just leveled the playing field for entrepreneurs.
That's an interesting point, because there are some products you'll look at on Amazon and they'll say only 2 items left, better hurry. So you don't have to have 8,000 products to give to Amazon to sell out.
You can start as small as
With 10.
you can start with 10, sell them, take the profit, reinvest and put more in. But you probably need more than 10 because the market's pretty big.
Obviously. Let me ask you about your educational program. How do you teach entrepreneurs this? You have the book,
right?
But you do much more than that.
Yeah, so it started because people came to me and said, Adam, how did you build that Amazon business? We know you had the animation company. All of a sudden, this Amazon business just took off. So I wrote down, actually while I was in Bali, an outline for a course where I would teach other people, and I've been teaching friends and family just on the side for a little while already. So I documented into a set of videos, which are instructional videos that range from me recording myself, walking people through websites and what I'm doing online, as well as live action videos and on-camera interviews like this. So it's now grown into over 100 self-paced video lessons, and we also have private Facebook communities for our students in 21 countries around the world, and we also put our students into live meetup groups with other students, usually 7 to 10 people meeting and going so they have accountability on their journey. And we also do summits twice a year, which are closed to the public. They're only open to our students. We bring them in for 3 days, and they're not for profit really. We just charge the cost of covering the event, and we put everyone in a room and we really learn and have a great time together.
And you have mentors in different cities around the country. Like we're in Los Angeles. You have a number of those here.
Yeah, we have meetup groups in Los Angeles, London. I think we have one in Japan. We have them in New Zealand, Australia. Lots of places all over the world now.
Do you have to, does the person who has this idea that they want to sell, do they have to go through the process of building a website and creating a corporation and everything?
Well, they don't need to build a website initially because Amazon is the website.
Amazon is your website.
Yeah, you don't need to set up credit card facilities or anything. Amazon not only gives you the website, but the trust and the credibility. Consumers trust Amazon.
Right.
And if you put your products into their warehouses, there's a good chance, or in most cases, all of Amazon's Prime customers will be able to buy that product, free 2-day shipping, So there's huge advantages to not being out there on your own, but it can be also a great launching pad if you want to build your own e-commerce website. You can start on Amazon. As you grow and get customers, you can then develop your online presence with the profits that you make from Amazon.
I think it's important to point out Amazon does get a little chunk of action on your products, right?
Naturally. So Amazon take a commission. It's about 15% on average for any product that gets sold on their platform. And then if you're using them for the fulfillment, there's just pick and pack fees, just similar to what you would have in any other fulfillment company that you might use.
And is there any typical amount of money one should have on hand in order to get into this kind of business? I know you tell them they should have.
Yeah, in our course, where we're quite different is we make it very clear that this is a products-based business. Therefore, you need to buy inventory because it's your brand and your inventory. So you're actually building some equity as you grow here. But to do that, you need to own that inventory. So we say to people, you need a few $1,000s to actually have for inventory, maybe $5,000 as a starting point. People have done it for less in our community. Some people start with more, but $5,000 enables you to start small, get professional photography and do it properly rather than trying to do it on, the smell of an oily rag, as we say in Australia.
In addition, how about the legality? Do they need a copyright on what they're doing?
Well, that really relates to their trademark. So a patent is something to do with the design of the product, and a copyright is to do with a logo or a trademark. Right. So no, they should trademark their brand as soon as possible so they can avail themselves of some other benefits that Amazon have for registered brands. And the other question about a patent, it's really, you have to have something unique to be able to get a patent.
I also want to point, you're on your way to Indonesia tonight because of what you do to help kids who are blind get surgery and get their eyesight back.
Yeah, actually right after this taping, I'm heading to LAX, flying out to Indonesia. When we started this company, I was really adamant that we wanted to build a social cause into what we were doing. So we started doing microloans, interest-free microloans to entrepreneurs in third world countries. For every person that purchased our course, we helped another entrepreneur get their business going. It could be something like starting a fruit and veggie shop or something simple. But over time, we wanted to grow our giving. So we now sponsor 2 villages a year in Indonesia, which has 4 million needlessly blind people from cataract surgery. So I'm about to go over there. This village is going to send about 2,500 people. We're getting free eye surgery this weekend, free eye inspections this weekend, and about 100 to 200 people will be completely healed of blindness. So really excited to be there for that.
Good for you.
Thank you.
Good for you. You are giving back in a royal way. Adam, great to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Now it's my honor to present this prestigious award to Adam Hudson, the founder of Reliable Education, whose website, by the way, is reliable.education. And this is for the extraordinary work you're doing to help keep moving America forward. Adam, congratulations.
Thank you, Doug. I really appreciate it, and thank you for having me on the show.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
I'm William Shatner, and for all of us at Moving America Forward, thanks for watching.